Hi everyone, it's Nikki here. I am the labour manager here at Family Fresh Farms, and today I'm in a different location. I'm on the east side of the farm, and behind me you can see Glasshouse 1. And I started this blog yesterday, and I was actually on the other side of the East Dam. And first of all, it was too close to the boundary, so we were right next to the road. The Pete's Ridge Road is actually behind the camera, but I was even closer. So it was really, really noisy, and it also started to rain. And I was trying to go through the rain, but it was actually really off-putting. And I think because it started to get harder and harder in the rain, I started to race even more and speak even faster than I normally do. So here we are. We are here for episode 10, and something's just flown into me. And episode 10 is all about compliance, audits, and keeping in tune with the regulators and making sure that we are hitting all the milestones and we are totally compliant in every section of our business. So we've just had a massive month of June, and the start of July has been just as equally crazy. We have gone through our Freshcare audit, we've gone through our HARPS audit, we've also just gone through a 3-day on-site SEDEX audit. So these audits are, they're really important, and we get why they're there. We need to ensure that everyone is accredited for food safety, the food safety standards, that we are actually doing everything that the supermarkets, we're accountable to the level that we're making sure the products that we sell to them are safe for the consumers, and that we're meeting all the specifications, whether it's labeling, punnets, delivery dates, the quality assessments on day 4, day 10 and day 12, whether we're doing all our quality assurance according to the regulators. So that's been really huge, and we've also been continuing with us every day harvesting, picking, packing and dispatching of cukes for the market. So it's a big workload. It is a good opportunity to really look at your business objectively instead of with our full of emotion and all the things that we think we're doing a great job, but really to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb to check that we actually are meeting the criteria that makes us compliant. So the SEDEX audit has just been, so that was a 3-day on-site audit with the auditor and an observer. So that was quite interesting. So you almost felt like you had 2 auditors, and they went through, or we have on-site accommodation here at Family Fresh Farms for all our team from Vanuatu. And so they went through every single person's room, the accommodation, the space, the living spaces, the kitchen, the toilets, the showers, and all the accommodation spaces. So they went through those. They went through all our work facilities, the workshops, the boiler, our biomass boiler facility. They went check all our maintenance records, on unscheduled maintenance records. They went through our glass houses, our pack shed, our offices, and all our version control of documents. So it was pretty full on. And so I must say, when it comes to that, it feels like a big burden. It feels a bit like a big tedious operation, and it is time consuming. I'm not denying all of that, but I think it's really good to go through these processes just to check how robust your systems are and to see where your weaknesses are. So even though a lot of our stuff passed the audit, and I have really looked in sort of a bit of self-reflection, going, okay, what could we have done better here? What would explain what we're doing, which is hitting the mark, but how can we do that better? I got some really good advice a couple of years ago from a lady called Robin Francis. She's from Perfection Fresh Australia. She's like their auditing guru there. She does a lot of the compliance at the PFA. And she said to me, always treat audits like a time for someone to come into your business and look at it objectively, and they look at it with fresh new eyes, and they are looking at it to make sure that we are meeting the criteria to fulfill the audit and to make sure we're compliant. So that's some of the sprinklers going on. So on the right of me, we have all our big soakaway pads for the sewage system, and every now and again when there's water pressure, the little sprinklers come on. So you can obviously hear the traffic on Pete's Ridge Road. I think Larry's coming. He's going to finish the mowing. He didn't finish yesterday, and so the mower will start now. So every opportunity where there's no rain, everyone's out doing the yard work. So going back to the SEDEX audit, the SEDEX audits is also really important because they interview 26 of our workers, so almost 50% of the workforce on the farm at the time. They are checking that we are compliant with the ETI code, which is the Ethical Trade Initiative Code, and that we are making sure that, work is, freedom of association, that they're getting, a living wage, that they're treated with respect. And so we flew through the audit with flying colors. Yes, there were a few non-compliances, some silly things that, we kind of like get down and out. Oh, I should have known that. Some signage that we didn't have on the entrance to the property about that we hold on the site, some of our chemicals or fertilizers that are corrosive and they need to be on the entrance to the property. We also hold on site more than 500 litres of diesel. Please, for those of you who are watching, don't come and steal our diesel. It is locked and it's under surveillance. But we do have that, so we need to alert the authorities that that is here on site, so that emergency services, when they come to site, they don't cause or get into more strife if they're unaware that we hold certain substances here. So, but down on ourselves about that, but really nothing really sinister or bad. And also I think the auditors are there to make sure that your business is protected, so that you're not leaving yourself open to litigation or for non-compliance with Fair Work Australia or Safe Work Australia. It's really important that we are following the protocols, and it's good to have someone else looking at it, having a look over your policies. And we've got a lot of policies. I think it's 102 policies, and they work health and safety, and we have people and culture, and we have human resources, and we also have plans and procedures. We also have our SOPs, and we also have our SWIMs. So there are quite a few documents that need to be looked at and to make sure that they're still relevant. Yeah, and so I think I think our take homes or my lessons for the last couple of weeks is, I think, there's a big drive just before your audit, making sure everything's ready. But I think doing everything as and when you do it, doing your weekly checks, monthly checks, like we do, will make the whole auditing process much better. I think that there's a big emphasis now on the face-to-face meetings, a lot of the collaborative work, not just management going, this is what we're going to do. They really are looking at people to be more collaborative with their workforce, to make the rules, the regulations, and the processes and plans together. And I really like that. So we're going to look at that a little bit more, a lot more interaction and comments and recorded comments from our team. They really liked our evaluations, our performance reviews that we do for the workers, and they liked the opportunity that the workers got the opportunity to performance review us as supervisors and managers and as the business. And the auditor was really impressed with the level of detail that was written up by our team. So I was pretty proud of them too. But at the end of the day, it's time to celebrate. And, also one little side note, it's my birthday today. I am 56 years old, and I just don't know, with such a big number, and I still feel like I'm 22. So lots of reasons to celebrate. Got through all our audits. We are compliant. There's always room for improvement. So we will do that. And then the next 6 months, our big goal is to simplify. We've got project simplification. We want to try to get everything down to 1 pages and procedures that are less than 10 steps. I think the shorter the better. They don't have to be 10 steps. If they can be 2 steps or 3 steps. To be fair, if I got my choice, I think I'd love interpretive dance procedures, or something that's in an infographic that's all pictures. And so it's really simple and easy to follow, and it's not onerous, because when things are onerous and they're long and lengthy, it's always they get pushed to the back burner, especially when you're busy and you say, I'll come back to that, and you never come back to it. So that's our big goal in the next 6 months. Simplification of everything, plans, procedures, our SOPs, our SWIMs, everything needs to come down. 1-page documents, or it's got to be seen on an iPad. If it can't be in, our real estate is really precious. Our concentration spans are getting less and less. So we're trying to simplify everything, hit the regulations, hit the what we need to do, our specifications, but then keep it easy, keep it simple, stupid. Isn't that what you need to do? So that's all from me today. I hope you've got some value. So that's over and out for episode 10.